What's good, y'all? Shagam Khan. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So, in the Western Conference Finals, we got the Lakers versus the Nuggets. And I'm not even going to talk about, the Clippers anymore. That's done news. That's the past. We just have to deal with what we have to deal with now. And I'm not saying that Lakers Nuggets is going to be some pushover series. Like, the Nuggets have really proved that, counting them out of a series gets you in big trouble. So the Lakers, they need to give their 100% effort. I don't want to see, no showboat and no nothing like that. Like, the Lakers need to stay locked in and need to make sure they contain Murray and Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. They need to make sure that the defense stays elite because that's really where the Lakers are, the most amazing at the defense. But on the offensive side, they're elite as well. But if the shooters, KCP, Danny Green, if our shooters can't knock down shots consistently, then it's gonna leave the Nuggets a chance to just win games. And it's like, if they knocking down shots, we can never lose. If they not knocking down shots, then there's nothing really to do. And I think the AD Jokic matchup is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be one for the books because finally we have somebody who has a real shot at guarding Jokic because as you saw in the Clippers series, Montrezl Harrell and Ibaka Zubac couldn't do nothing with him. Montrezl wasn't big enough for Jokic, and Zubac wasn't ready for Jokic's skill. He didn't have the speed to keep up with that stuff. So I think AD is going to be, he was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's very good on the interior. He's very good, everywhere on defense. And I think he's strong enough to handle the Jokic post game. And I don't think Jokic is going to get, the stuff that he got against the Clippers. And I'm not saying AD's going to shut him down or anything like that, but I'm saying he's going to contain them better than the Clippers did with their big men. Now, the problem for the Nuggets is that I don't know who on the interior, on the defensive end, is going to be able to stop LeBron and AD. And, AD, I've watched the games this year, and I watched the series against the Rockets. And for PJ Tucker to be his height, AD was taking a lot of jump shots. And you thinking, oh, the Rockets run a small ball, so AD's definitely gonna go on the post, the low post at that, and he's not gonna take all these mid-range fades. But he was taking the mid-range fades and they was dropping. But I guess we're gonna have to see if he does the same thing against the Nuggets, and I think he should. I don't think anything should change in the Lakers game plan. We're going to have to see if Rondo is still, special. Because the biggest problem for the Lakers, one of the biggest problems for the Lakers this year, whenever LeBron went to the bench, there was no playmaker on the court to get everybody in the offense, activated, involved. So we're going to have to see if Rondo can continue to do what he's been doing. I've been liking what Rondo is doing on the passing side. We're going to have to see, if we get points from that man because we all know he's not a great shooter. But some nights he can just get hot from three, and then we just looking good from that point on. And now let's talk about Jamal Murray and how we could, contain him maybe. But really, we don't have to send two-way Jokic, so that's going to stop a lot of those assists he was getting against the Clippers. So, and I think we're going to play the pick and roll much better than the Clippers did last series because what the Clippers did, they played drop coverage on the pick and roll because they knew they didn't have bigs that could stop Jamal Murray off the dribble. And we have Anthony Davis, so if they try to run the pick and roll with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, Anthony Davis can stick with Jamal Murray, so that's not going to be as damaging as it was for the Clippers. And I don't mean to compare everything to the Clippers, but I'm saying the Nuggets are probably going to go in with that kind of mindset, like, oh, these things were working for us, we're going to try them. And I think after game one, they're going to see that it's not going to work so easily for them. But if you had to ask me who I think is going to win in how many games, I'm going Lakers in 6. I'm going to give the Nuggets 2 games because Jamal Murray can go nuclear at any moment. Nikola Jokic is a special top 10 player. He's always good for a lot of great things on the offensive end. And the Lakers have been known to not consistently hit jump shots, and that always leaves them wide open for, a loss. And the Nuggets have been shooting it well from 3, I think. They've been shooting it pretty well from 3, so it's really going to come down to can the Lakers consistently hit their shots. Danny Green, he needs to get it together because he's been a pile of garbage from the 3 point line. Just period. Because if you got LeBron James, one of the greatest passes in NBA history, the greatest passer in the game right now, if you got him getting you wide open and you can't hit the shots, I mean, it's crazy because you know you're gonna get a lot of open looks playing next to LeBron. You know you're gonna get a lot of open looks when AD goes in the post and they gotta double him. So all you gotta do is hit your shots. And KCP, he's been doing alright, recently, but he has been struggling a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I got Lakers in 6 games, and I think that LeBron and AD are gonna be too much of a problem for the Nuggets on the defensive end, and I think that's ultimately gonna be the downfall for them. Alright, y'all. If you see at the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.